Well, I think if it is in terms of his appointment, look at his background. A naval officer who reached the peak of his career, and who also is very conversant with all the creeks in the south-south.
Okay.
And also, is also very conversant with the both pipelines and even illegal refineries in all that region. Therefore, he's in a very comfortable position to work with security agencies in deploying personnel or in ensuring that adequate personnel are deployed to protect oil installations in the region as a result of this action of the president before the political situation is resolved. I think his appointment is at the right, is the right person and possibly at the right time. But like I said earlier, there is no doubt that a lot of interest groups will try to make issue out of the whole thing. And so, security agencies must rise up to the occasion by making sure that we don't experience more breaches as a result of this situation. So that at the end of the day, we can arrive at a very peaceful resolution of the whole crisis. A lot of people have been talking about the unconstitutionality of the president's actions.
Yeah.
Of course, we have had this before, this kind of declaration of state of emergency in the past. And of course, a lot of people complain. But if you look at it, at the end, it resolved the issue, especially the security challenges that were faced at that time were to a very large extent resolved before the expiration of the period, the 6 months and all the like. So I think what should concern us now is how to resolve the issue and how security agencies will make sure that the crisis does not degenerate to a worse situation.
Thank you very much, Mr. Adams Abu, a retired Assistant Director, Internal Security, SSS.
I would like to sign out at this stage.
All right, yeah, thank you very much for your time on the show. All right.
This morning.
All right, thank you very much. Lagos, yes, sir, we're still talking about the state of emergency, which was declared in Rivers State. And let me take you back to the history of all of this emergency rule in Nigeria since 1999. The president declared a state of emergency, citing the protracted political crisis that has been rocking the oil-rich state. And with the history of there in Plateau State in 2004, President Olusegun Obasanjo had declared a state of emergency in Plateau State, following a surge in ethno-religious violence that led to widespread killings and destruction. The governor and third assembly were suspended in Plateau State, and Major General Chris Ali, retired, was appointed administrator to restore order. And also in Ekiti State in 2006, a leadership crisis in Ekiti was prompted Obasanjo to impose emergency rule in October 2006. Well, the crisis stemmed from the controversial impeachment of Governor Ayo Fayose, which plunged the state into chaos. Brigadier General Adetunji Olurin, retired, was appointed administrator until the situation stabilized. Borno State, in Yobe State, and Adamawa State in 2013, amid escalating Boko Haram insurgency, President Goodluck Jonathan declared a state of emergency in Borno, in Yobe, and Adamawa State on May 14th, 2013. Unlike previous instances, governors and state assemblies were not suspended. Instead, the federal government deployed more troops and imposed curfews to curb insurgent activities. And we'll still have a member of the PDP National Presidential Campaign and Council, and also a former XDP governorship candidate in the 2019 election. Dr. Adetokunbo Pierce, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
I mean, as it is right now, a whole lot is coming out. You had the one man who is right there in River State, the former spokesman, civil liberty organization, Sonny Dada, had said that Wike is the foundational problem for all of this crisis in River State. But Dr. Pierce, Wike is the seventh minister from PDP. Wike now revoked the CFO of PDP Secretariat in Abuja. Wike anti-party activities are not hidden, yet Wike is in PDP, still in PDP as I talk to you right now. What kind of a weak opposition party is PDP?
Well, when you say weak opposition party, because we have not reacted by expelling Wike, you think that is a show of weakness? We are being considerate, we are being diplomatic. We don't want to act like an angry schoolboy, a man who doesn't have control of his feelings, who is irrational in everything he does. As Wike, he has already expelled himself from PDP without being formally expelled. But let me go to something that I think it's important that we understand about what's going on in Rivers State with Wike and Fubara and President Tinubu. The genesis of all of this is that Wike wants to prove to President Tinubu that he actually controls Rivers State. Don't forget that in the 2023 election, Tinubu won the presidency in Rivers State with the help of Wike, but with the help of Wike also, as he normally does, he imposed all the other positions, but he was in PDP. So all your senators, all your members of the House of Reps, all the members of the House of Assembly in Rivers State are PDP. So after the election, in order to prove to Tinubu that actually you won this state and all these PDP people are actually with you in APC, he tried to hijack the government, the National Assembly. That is when he tried to impeach Fubara, to say to Fubara, we are now in an APC government, and Fubara, you are governor, you won as a PDP, but you must operate as APC. He said the same to the members of the assembly. Fubara refused to operate as APC. He said, I was elected as a PDP governor, and I am a member of the PDP. Unfortunately, most of the members of the state assembly who were appointed or elected or put in place by Wike decided to defect to APC so that they will make Rivers State an APC administration. That is why Wike told his people to defect to APC, and they did. Unfortunately, when they did, it was ill-conceived, it was not well planned. They realized that they had defected, they had lost their control over the assembly. They wanted to run back to PDP. And that is the genesis of the problem we are now in. Don't forget that this issue of whether these members of the assembly are APC or that actually they defected to APC or that they can come back to PDP is still under court consideration. This issue has not been decided. So you have a case in court, you have rift in the body politic, and the next thing you do, Mr. President, is declare state of emergency. It is reckless, it is irresponsible, it is counterproductive. He doesn't care about the people and the concern of the people. If you want to declare state of emergency in Nigeria, Mr. President Tinubu, why didn't you declare state of emergency in Kano? When the whole place were boiling over the issue of the emir, they were killing each other, they were setting places on fire. You didn't declare state of emergency. And then when you had the situation in Lagos State when Mudashiru Obasa was fighting everybody and they were killing each other, you didn't declare state of emergency. So what happened in Rivers State? Look, let me make it clear. As the former speaker said, he lives in Rivers State, but I want him to know that because you live in Rivers State, the Rivers State issue is not only your concern, we are all with you. All Nigerians of good faith who believe in fairness and democracy are with you in Rivers State. And by the grace of God, we'll have peace in Rivers State. But you know, what happened in Rivers State is a problem for the president, because immediately after the Edo election, I don't know if you remember, but President Goodluck Jonathan made a comment. He said the way the President Tinubu is going, supporting illegal elections everywhere, is reminiscent of what happened in 1964-65 and triggered the end of the First Republic and brought in the military regime, led to civil war. And I followed up with an article tracing the relationship and the way things are going. This is what is happening in Nigeria. Just like Tafawa Balewa lost control, as he lost the support of the NCNC, the coalition that brought him into power in 1960. He lost the coalition. By 1962, the coalition had collapsed. Therefore, in order to prepare for election in 1964, he had to look for another coalition elsewhere. So what did he do? He went to Western region and formed this alliance with Akintola's government. And you know what happened in that election? It was all rigged. It was